Hello, my lovelies. Hope you guys have been well. First video of 2019. It's amazing. It's 2019. I can't believe January is basically over. That's what happened. Just got back from the store and thought, okay, I'm going to do a video, get this out of the way so I can get back to stitching and diamond painting. All right, so you can stitch or diamond paint or knit or crochet until I tell you to look up, but right now let's just BS. Not you, Michelle. Bullshit. So 2019 has, I think everyone has, a shit year. Some people are like, I'm over 2018, good riddance, F you. I think that's how it works for everybody. So no year is ever totally successful with no hiccups. News first. Okay. So, let's go back to New Year's Eve. If you don't follow me on Instagram, Stitching in Sequins, you would have not seen my outfit of choice for New Year's. I will insert some photos and see, I don't think I have any more videos, but I will insert some photos of myself and my girlfriend I went with on New Year's Eve. So enjoy these. Husbands, boyfriends may have enjoyed them as well, so you're welcome. If you enjoyed them too, great. Total blast. Got there about 6 p.m. and left at 3 a.m. Danced the entire time. My legs were so sore the next few days. But it was an absolute blast. And her and I are already planning to go to another rave in February. It's called Crush. And I already have my outfit in the works. So stay tuned. Let's see. Then went to Vegas a week and a half ago. Again, posted photos of that on Instagram. So much fun. Girl I went with, I've known for over 10 years. We used to work at the pet hospital together. She's going through a rough time. We've been planning to go to Vegas for 6 to 8 months now. It finally worked with both of our schedules. So she had meetings here in Phoenix. After her meeting was done on a Thursday late afternoon, she Ubered to my house and we got in my car and drove to Vegas. We were there from Thursday night to I came back like Sunday afternoon. She flew home. Went to Stitcher's Paradise. I already put away what I got, but all I got were threads, and some charts as well that I put up on 1884. So that was great to kind of have a long weekend of craziness and fun. I will insert the least likely to get black mail photos here. We stayed out way past our bedtime all the nights. I was driving home Sunday on 4 hours of sleep. That was fun, but totally worth it. Totally worth it. So that was good times. Other trips that I have planned for this year: New Jersey, of course, for the retreat, StitchCon, Minnesota is up in the air. I'm not sure now. That's iffy right now. Let's see, I go to San Francisco in a few weeks. That's going to be a ton of fun. More to come on that. What else do I have planned for this year? Probably a couple more Vegas trips. Because why not? And yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, definitely want to do, I love to travel, whether it be with girlfriends or with myself. And don't get the idea like Joe doesn't go anywhere. Joe goes to plenty of places, but he would prefer to stay home with the boys, and he's not a partier per se. He likes the idea of like the whole rave thing, but I know after a while I would be able to read off of him like he's not having a good time, and then that would upset me, because it's like you knew what you were getting into when you're coming to one of these things, and that's kind of is with trips. So we're kind of different in that sense. So I definitely travel a ton more than he does, but it's totally fine. It's kind of nice. Okay, so what else has been, I'm going to organize this when we get there. Let me go through my last video. I'm so behind on comments and reading comments and watching FlossTube. It's like, shit, you go out of town for a couple days and you come back, and it's like everyone and their mother has decided to make a FlossTube at that time. Lynn Campbell is still playing catch up. It's okay, Lynn. Calm down. It's fine. The videos will be here when you're ready to see them. Everyone enjoyed or loved the Frida headpiece that Kay brought me during our little meetup. I'm thinking that I may wear it for the Crush Rave. I'm not sure. I just don't want to like get a headache from it. I can easily get headaches. And then I don't want to like lose it or it gets dirty or whatever. So Mare Bear Stitching. Are you guys watching Mare Bear Stitching? I'll link her down below. She's fabulous. She's young. She's badass with her projects, doing Hades and smalls and everything in between. And yes, girl, I love the Michael Jackson necklace. He's right here. Lisa Ernest. Love your channel. Appreciate your sense of humor. Thanks. At least somebody does, because I don't think Joe does all the time. And I appreciate that you say that watching my channel, you have learned a lot. I think that's I think the great thing. That's one of the great things about FlossTube. You watch somebody and you like them, but maybe the projects that they stitch on aren't really your style. You can still pick up a ton of great information from them. Miss D, I can't wait to see you, D, in April. So April, my retreat, I'm so excited. I gave up another spot to Michelle Bendy, BS, I call her, for Parkinson's auction. I think that was my 4th spot I had given away, and I love giving them away. That was, however, the last spot that I have made due to some cancellations and whatnot. I was able to pass her one more spot. So I believe Dory, did you win it? I'm trying to remember who won it. If that's not correct, then shame on me. But I can't remember who won the spot. But yeah, I'm super excited for April. The thing about when you are organizing a retreat, yes, you can do only so much so far out. So you can, finalize the hotel and all those details, but then a lot of it, it's like stale, like you have to wait. And now that we're less than 80 days away, now I can finally start checking stuff off my list. Because it's like you order stuff for bags and start reaching out to people and companies, and it's like they send you stuff. Some do. But then it's like, where do you store it? And my OCD would go crazy if I just had boxes stacked up here in my office. And it's hard because I have, trying to keep 2 different cross-stitch companies organized and in check and separate. I have 1884, my own personal inventory, and then I have attic stuff. So the next thing that I don't need in this then is boxes of product just sitting around for months and months that I can't touch. But yeah, I'm super excited for April. Starting to work on some stuff. Can't wait. So let's see, what else has been going on? My great grandma. No. Yes. My grandma. So my dad's mom passed away a couple weekends ago. I had probably only met her less than 5 times in my whole life. I remember when we lived in Minnesota, they drove over from Wisconsin when my grandpa was still alive. He died a number of years ago. And then I know we drove over to Wisconsin once. And then I assume maybe a couple times when I was, an infant. Who knows though? But at least what I can recall, twice. She was in a assisted living home for dementia. I believe she was also diagnosed with bipolar. And so when the Alzheimer's started to kind of take her mind, I had been calling her every week, every other week, and just chatting with her. And she would ask about the boys, and I would send photos with my dad when he would go back to Wisconsin to visit her. But then slowly, it just didn't really mean anything with me calling. She was 92, I believe. She was going to be 93 in February. So she passed. My dad went back and was there when she passed. So I would have flown to Wisconsin for the funeral, but that was the day that I was leaving for Vegas. And so I couldn't change that. But my dad is happy that, she's no longer in pain and suffering. So that was kind of a bittersweet sort of moment. And then my mom actually messaged me. I know a lot of you, some of you guys reach out to me every once in a while asking about my dad's prognosis. You guys either having yourselves or relatives affected with the type of leukemia that he was fighting, and sadly it has come back. The doctors, he goes in for his monthly blood draws, and his numbers are down. So they have now placed him on some sort of medication. Chemo doesn't work for the type of cancer that he has. I believe it's CCL or CLL type of leukemia. I asked about like a bone marrow transplant, and that's not needed either at this time, or maybe it just doesn't work altogether. So he's been on the new pill for a couple days. I guess he's not having any sort of side effects to that, but he's still sleeping a ton, which is just one of the side effects of having the cancer. Sleeping a lot, so fatigue, weight loss are the two main ones that really affected him. And that's why they decided to go in and the testing found out. So, he's still sleeping a ton. The boys, I told the boys I like to just keep it with them straight. And so they haven't seen my parents in a few weeks and ask and want to go over. But, when my dad is sleeping, close to 15, 20 hours a day, it's not possible. So I know some of you have messaged me regarding him, and I appreciate that. So just a little update for you guys. But they say that he's a great candidate for the pill, so time will only tell. Okay. let's show, so whatever you're doing, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to start off with diamond painting. I have been bit by the diamond painting bug. You won't think so after I show you what I've been stitching on. But I'll kind of like stitch in the morning, and then it's like diamond painting late at night. Joe will put on a Netflix show. I'll kind of listen or get on YouTube and start watching weird shit. So I hadn't shown this. So it's distracting. I have myself up on my computer. Okay. This was a 25 by 30 that I got off of AliExpress. This is a Gustav Klimt. Yes. Painting. It's called Golden Tears. Yeah. And I love it. So instead of stitching it, let's just diamond paint it. I love it. I need to get a frame. The thing about these, they're such weird, sometimes weird, odd shapes. Sometimes the 25 by 30 is like the whole canvas, or you're not sure if it's like the actual area you're doing the drills on. So I need to still get a picture frame for Ayrton's, the Vikings one that I did for him for Christmas. I need to measure this one and put this on the list to get one as well. Thrift stores are a great place to find frames because you can get funky sizes, and people donate like professionally framed photos or whatever to the thrift store. And if the frame is, $6, $7, that doesn't even pay for the frame. That's not, you can't get a frame like that sort of quality. So that's why I love getting all my frames at the thrift store, as you can see. But yeah, I love this. So yeah. Then when I finished, and the one I've been working on like gangbusters the last couple days. This is a 40 by 40. You can see it's 2 skeletons in bracing. I love it. I love the hearts up at the top dangling. And yeah. So this will be going in my medical bathroom. I was just going to say in here, but I think I'm going to put this in my medical bathroom. So the blue that you see is all that I have left to fill in. And some of the cranium here. So I just have a couple bags left, and I think I was going to work on this while this video is uploading afterwards. But yeah, I love it. So super cool. Then I also have, remember, I had bought a diamond painting kit that was blank. I don't know what the F I was thinking. I don't do heights. I don't do any sort of full coverage. So why the hell did I think, hey, that's a great idea. Let's get a diamond painting, basically Haid. So vintage petals. That's just obviously black and white. Looks like a freaking Haid pattern, which you could stitch it. That's all this is a cross stitch pattern. Crap ton of colors. Yeah, no. I've had this sitting out on my kitchen table, the second kitchen table that we don't use. And I was thinking about it last night while I was working on the skeletons. And for how much patience and concentration you need to do it, I'm not willing to commit it. Now, Minty Stitcher, follow her on Instagram. Holy crap. She is doing like this gypsy woman the same way. So the canvas is blank and she's having, to look at a chart and place them. Incredible. Incredible. So I know Mindy and who else? Gerald. Were kind of like, holy crap, McKenna, you're going to do this for one of your first DP projects? Yeah, not a chance in hell. So, oh well, tried it. Wasn't my thing. If it is, great, but it's not for me. So I'll kind of take apart all the beads and put them all together. And I kind of was using the beads for pillow finishes. So that's what I have in here with some rice. Or some of the leftover drills and stuff, I save them and put them in a bag. And then when I have this finish, I'll use those. So I need to get on and order some diamond painting kits because I know I'm going to be itching to do another one, and I already am. So I'm kind of upset like I haven't ordered these weeks ago, the new ones that I'm interested in. So I'd have them like in my arsenal. But that's okay. So diamond painting. Okay, let's go back to Vegas because they're sitting here. The joys of Vegas. So I didn't buy any shoes in Vegas. I was nice to Joe. I had my eye on these bright pink ones that say SR on them for Sergio Rossi. I love them. Why? Because it's a bright ass color pink. I hate pink, yet I love these shoes. The SR is kind of a turnoff because just like designer bags I carry, I don't like it screaming the name of the designer on the bag. My girlfriend didn't let me. I mean, I had my car. I could have easily driven to the forum shops at Caesars and been like, stay in the car, you come with me. But Joe was funny and said when we left, don't let McKenna go to the forum shops. So basically she saved Joe basically over $1,000 because I didn't go and buy these pair of shoes. I'll insert a picture of said shoes here. See, like they're not me, but they are. I love them though. So I was nice. However, what happens when I'm nice and don't buy a pair of shoes? I break two pairs of shoes that I take to Vegas. Yes. So we were out dancing. I wasn't dropping it. I wasn't anything. Okay. And I'm like, oh, my shoe came undone. That's kind of weird because they're my wedges, with a buckle. Steve Madden, this had slipped from here. So I go and sit down, take my shoes off, and I'm like, screw it. I'm going to be one of those girls in Vegas that walks around with her shoes off, but just in the dancing area. Security guard came over. He's like, you can't dance without shoes. I'm like, okay. My girlfriend, though, has size 10. I have them like 9.5. So she gave me her shoes, so I continued dancing with this guy that I met. Don't worry, Joe already knows. We're only dancing. Calm down. Don't need to alert the authorities. And then we were kind of like WWF. So then when like her song came on and I knew it was her song, I went over and like tapped her in like some sort of WWF tag team wrestling match. Changed shoes, gave it to her. I sat down, she went out and danced, and we did this back and forth. It was hilarious. It was a great time. So then when I was sitting there, I'm like, okay, I have to figure out some way to like ghetto rig this. So figured out a way, was able to wear these for the rest of the evening. But then when we got back to the hotel and started walking, this back totally came undone. So you can see like the whole inner workings of the shoe, the nail. Now, what I'm kind of pissed about, they're Steve Madden's, right? So it's like really Steve Madden shoes falling apart and all. They've never gotten wet. They've never, I got them, probably last year. The only thing I'm happy about is that they were a thrift store find, I think for $5. So it's not like were brand new. They were brand new. They had no wear on them, but it's not like I paid full retail price for these Steve Madden shoes. As you can see, I mean, there's still like zero wear on them. Pissed because I loved those. Then these were the first ones that broke. We were getting ready to go out. I was like, oh, I'll wear these shoes with the dress. Again, great name, Chinese Laundry. Not cheap, right? Again, thrift store find, $5. So I'm happy I didn't pay retail. Again, you can see hardly worn, and probably got these again last year. Right here. Now, these are not horribly broken. So part of me is thinking, shove a ton of E6000 and give it a go. So I may try that. But I don't understand what it is with me and shoes falling apart in Vegas. Joe thought I was just ruining shoes so I would have an excuse to go get the Sergio Rossi ones. But no, I didn't. Okay. Let's look at some things I acquired. Gifts and what I bought in Vegas. Went to a store in Vegas called Not Just Antiques. It's right next door to Little Darlings, so it's like you can drop your husband, kids if they're of age at Little Darlings, and then you can go next door and go antique shopping. So it's called Not Just Antiques. They have really funky hours. They're only open Friday, Saturday, and Monday. It's like, 12,000 square feet. It's like 2 levels. Some stuff's really expensive, you know, the higher price tickets, but some stuff's like really inexpensive. I had found this. No. This is a cameo I picked up. I think this one I had picked up in Flagstaff when we were there. I can't remember what I picked up besides. Anyway, my girlfriend actually found this Needlecraft magazine, published monthly by the Needlecraft Publishing Company, Augusta, Maine, in New York. It's from April 1928. And I picked it up for, it was $5. Super cool. It was the only one I could find. It was all sealed up, so I couldn't tell what was inside. So I've read through it. advertisements for, you know, P&G, the white soap, not too racist. Quilted cushions, talks about quilted cushions. And what's funny, it's 1928. I guess there were separate bedroom quarters, because they talk about Milady's chamber, table sets, how you can, you know, order them, crochet designs, useful and interesting. So they'll show you, and then they kind of give you the how-to of how to crochet them. So just advertisements in here, very, you know, wife is bearing kids and staying at home. Here's Campbell's ad. Yeah, this is all writing on damn soup. Who knew you could write this much about some damn soup? Ships of 4 centuries for cross stitch. This was the only cross stitch design that they had in here. Montgomery Ward and Company. Oh, cedar polish. The styles here are the clothes you could buy, I guess, then to make yourself. So like the patterns. White House Coffee. Lane Bryant. Here's a DMC. DMC advertisement here. It's kind of cool. And then how you could stitch or was it at home to earn money. Make money making text art. Thousands of women are earning independence. Others are earning extra pin money in spare time. Text arting. Handkerchiefs, scarf, hats, lingerie, pillow tops, dresses. And they're achieving wonderful effects. Old bleach, Irish embroidery linens, bunions. I don't know. The ads in here are hilarious. So, yeah, pick this up. Not sure what to do with it. I definitely want to use it somehow, the pages. But I don't know. Is there anybody that watches my channel that maybe their mom or grandma had a subscription to Needlecraft magazine? Now, when I get a package from JFT, Jimmy FlossTube, he calls me Baxter. I only let him call me Baxter. Emily, no one else. There was part of me that was like, maybe I should just go throw this away, set it on fire. What's he sending me? But Jimmy gets me. We get each other. And he sends me the best stuff. Kids are in the room. Your husband's in the room. If kids are in the room, send them out. If your husbands are not in the room, call them in. Now, if you remember, Jim had sent me the cup where you get the cup wet and then the lady's clothes disappear. Remember that? I think it was a huge hit here on FlossTube. Well, he sent me these Dean's, what is this? Dean's Sohio, where customers send their friends, and Spot Bar, liquor, beer, and wine. Owner and operator Dottie Combs. Phone number. I don't know what these were. Ads of some sort. So over here we have Cute and Blonde. She is cute and blonde. She's also cute and naked. Oh, see, I didn't know this part lifts up. Important telephone numbers, dates to remember. So it's kind of like a calendar, but like a calendar you could use year round. Address book, it's kind of like, it's an address book, like that. So, yeah. Cute and blonde. And Joe preferred this one. This one's called Toasting You. I kind of like her green look. So, yeah. Let's see. Are there any important numbers? Nope. Dates to remember. So, need to figure out where I'm going to put these. I got to put them somewhere. Here, we'll put them here for now. What can I say? Jimmy just gets me. He just gets me. Now, husband number 2. My husband's friend that he does Muay Thai with, and they went to Thailand together, and he goes to auctions and loves antiques. So since I'm wife, as he calls me, and he knows that I do cross stitch and love antiques as well and appreciate things, he was in California about a month ago, and he went to the home of his brother-in-law, and they are cleaning out his grandma's estate. She's still alive, old, but she's still with it. And they were going through the house, and Adam saw these, and the family is very well off, and no sentimental attachment to any of the handmade items that the grandma or maybe the brother-in-law's mom had made. So he snatched them up for me and then asked and said, hey, I have a friend that does this sort of handwork. She will so appreciate these in her possession. Can I take them back for her? Absolutely, yes, take them. So the first thing, let me see. Maybe it'll show up okay on here. He brought me one of these handmade, it's actually with this new light, doilies. He saved, I guess he has a ton of these he brought back. And he's thinking about displaying them in his house some way. I said I think framing them would be really cool. He has a room in his house with all of his antiques. And it's not like junky antiques. He has like guns and money and yeah. Doing a video. Yes. Tomorrow at 3? Okay. I'll make sure to edit that out. But he has like really good quality antiques that are worth something. And so I think it's going to be really cool seeing how he displays these handmade items in there. So I've already sent pictures to Arlene, of course. And this is absolutely gorgeous. I want to find a frame for this. In my closet of frames, I do not have anything that fits. and just something like really, really tight frame, you know, and just have this. And I think that would be really cool to have on display. So he gave me that. Not sure what this is. So anybody that has any sort of clue, it came to me folded. So it seems like it's been kept folded. Reminds me of like a bookmark. It's finished on the back with this velvet. It's obviously needlepoint, but love this as well. Here was just maybe just a practice of some stitches by one of the ladies in the back. I think that's cool. And then this piece of needlework. Love the colors in there. So yeah, so super, super cool. He is keeping an eye out on a couple like bigger finished pieces, but he had to get the okay from all of the family members that they didn't want, you know, first dibs on him, because if they were just gonna cast it aside, then he was gonna have them send the pieces to him. So always saving the stitches, always. I'm gonna redye my hair. I can see some of my grays coming in. So yeah, all right. What have I been working on stitching wise? If you remember, I had mentioned, actually, I don't think I've shown any of this progress. So if you remember, I was stitching on Beasties and have about the last 3 bottom pages to go, but fell out of love with this piece. I've been able to re-fall in love with it just to get it to a point where it's a good stopping place and I can be done with it. So no on the kangaroo, no on this like gremlin thing. So I have been well, I had to put this away because I ran out of 535. I only grabbed 1 skein, but I blew through that. So one of these days I can get to craft store and pick up another skein of 535. If you remember when I first started, I started too high because I wanted to start in the corner and I was not able to fit in this stork. Okay. So here I am, finished Jim off, and now I am finishing out the crocodile. So basically, it's difficult. I have what? His bottom limb, bottom of his mouth, and then I didn't realize I was already starting. I think this is a bird that he's trying to catch, and then the tip of his tail. So that's as far as I'll be going. So super, super close to getting it done. I just need to go get another skein of 535 and then I'll be done. So with this. The fabric was given to me by Stitcherista Danielle. It is Color Cascade 32 count Wicked Garden. I'm doing 2/2. Love the coverage. And I would have probably have gotten this done, but you're going to see what my recent obsession has been. I started these two before the end of 2018 because I'm going to do no new starts for the first 6 months. This is My Valentine by Stitching Parlor. You stitch, as you can see, but then you are given this photo to then just double sticky tape, actually, is the directions on top of the fabric. And that's it. So I love it. And doing called for colors. And this is where I'm at. Just picked a neutral fabric that was in my stash. But you have to do it the correct size fabric, so then the photo sits perfectly within what you've stitched. So it's not like you can do, oh, I want to do it on 40 count. Well, you can't because then the photo won't fit. Another one that I started before the end of the year was Annalie Waite Designs. This is called Vintage Lovely. Has beads. Don't know if I'll do the beads. I've done beads before. Oh, I actually changed my, you guys can see, move some stuff around in my room. I did beads on this piece here. And I did not like how it looked at all. So either I didn't use the right, I don't know. I'm still not sure if I will be adding beads or not, but I love the colors. Didn't have all the called for, just DMC. So I'm using 4 of the called for DMC. And then substituting close enough out. Gentle Arts Blue Jay, Midnight, and Morning Glory, or I guess, yeah. She gives you the colors for GA and for DMC, so whichever ones I didn't have, then I just use the other ones. But yeah, I'm loving this as well. Again, just picked a neutral fabric from out of my stash on a very, God, this fabric could like cut somebody. Boop, right there. Nothing much, but when you start something before the end of the year, can't expect to have a ton of progress on it. So I look forward to getting back. I'm not going to have any sort of rotation plans. I made a decision wheel on my phone, and so I will be going off of that. when I decide to change projects, which I'm thinking maybe I'll have, I mean, I don't want to get to the point where I'm sick of the project and then I'm putting it away, because then I think it's hard to then pull it back out again. That's what she said. So I would want to put the whip away when I'm still craving to stitch on it. So maybe 3-5 days worth of work on it, and then time to change it up. I don't know. I've been obsessed though with this project. I'm going to insert a picture of what it will look like when it is complete. It is by the talented Arlene Cohen, Works by ABC, myself, and a few others are very close, and we talk daily, and she was nice enough to share this design with us over a month ago. We kind of added our own 2 cents in and gave her ideas with colors. And Diana, it is Kismet, is stitching this, and she is using her own colors as she chooses. I know Michelle is doing similar, and I know she's using Victorian Motto sampler threads. I started stitching the upper part, as I will show you, in Chamomile from Gentle Arts. And thought, okay, well, I want to get going on something. Let me scoot you guys back. And Arlene later changed the part that I had started stitching on in Chamomile. So that made me happy. That made my OCD happy, because now I'm stitching it in the called for Gentle Arts threads. So I will show you where I'm at. If you do not know about this design, go over to Arlene's video and she will explain everything about it. I will link her most recent video down below. This is Susanna Jayne. And it is beautiful. Love it so much. Obsessed. When I had shown you guys my secret stitch, all I had completed was this section here, which was in the Chamomile. That looks like totally different. Looks more greenish. Maybe I'm using this one. No, I guess not. So, yeah, here I am at. Got the bones. We have the Tombstone Angels, which I absolutely love. The serpent, which is eating itself. And I've been going back and forth on that and stitching something else. Going back and forth is not really, I started going back and forth up here. And then when I got about here, I realized that there was obviously there's variegation in the thread, but that it was going from left to right. And I wanted to keep that, as you can see, the darker spots all the way down. And usually I'm not a left to right stitcher and then come back with my variegated threads. I do not do single. I do the whole row and then come back. But there's part of me that wants to like go up and down and kind of outline it first and then fill it in. But I'm not. So I finished the sun, and this is part of the skeleton holding, I forget what this represents. But I love the colors, and I am stitching this on a 36 count Tempest. Don't know who Tempest is from. If you know, let me know below. I love it though, and I love working on this piece. I'm doing a 2/2, and I absolutely love the coverage. TFD 2019? Maybe. So the hardest part is going to be basically from here up. There's lots of scrolly bits. The tombstone writing I'm going to be doing in backstitch, because I would rather do letters backstitched than 1/1. To me, backstitch just looks, it's quicker and looks nicer for, my personal opinion. So this is where I'm at on Susanna Jayne. And here are, well, now I have to pull, I guess I'm not going to pull all the colors. I had gone, when I was in Vegas, stopped by Stitcher's Paradise, because I needed to get more of the called for colors. And since they basically have, I think they do have the full line of GA at Stitcher's Paradise. So obviously a lot of these are duplicates, but you can see here the colors for this piece. Absolutely love them. So yeah, we are doing a stitch along. So hashtag Susanna Jayne SAL. Tag Arlene Works by ABC. You can buy this chart either PDF, instant download, or paper copy. And let's get on it. It's gorgeous. It's fantastic. So yeah, that is what I've been working on besides diamond painting. And I think that is all I have to show you guys. Yeah, I think that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. And now I'm just rambling. If you are not a member of Attic Needlework Last Chance, feel free to search for that in Facebook, send a request, answer a question, and I will accept you into the group. I want to get rid of some of the inventory that's here in my office, so I have begun to, as of this morning, marked down 3 of the albums, fabric, thread, and the small charts, just to kind of get them moving. I'm tired of them being in my possession. So I'm going to be starting up live sales on the Attic Facebook group again this Thursday at the Attic, 5 p.m. Not sure what I'm going to showcase, but I'll find something. And yeah, follow me, Stitching in Sequins, on Instagram. Make sure to head over to 1884 Stitchery. Thank you guys so much. The wonderful reception and the orders I've been getting. It's so much fun. I love bringing you guys so many new fresh charts that haven't been seen. I will show you what I do have in stock recently. I made an order and they came in, and now I have a few more copies from Gira. One of the newest ones I ordered was Smell the Lilies. I've also have some Miras up there. And I also carried the Primitive Hair. Not all of the charts, but I have Devil's Run, Whimsical Advent Calendar. You also find a couple, let's see, some Prairie Moons, some Primitive Needle, I think are in the other designer. I picked some of those up from Stitcher's Paradise. Back in stock is Happy Childhood Africa. This was a huge seller the first time I introduced it. So this is back in stock. Super, super cute. I also have Tropical Paradise. Don't Show Michelle. And got to start our spring stitching. Here's Cherry Blossoms. And this is from that designer. I'm not even going to try because I'll butcher it. One of my newest designers, new favorite designers, is River Drift House. I have one more of these left in stock as of me recording this. This is a reproduction sampler from River Drift House. The colors are what totally sold me. Just gorgeous. I also have the spring, summer, winter, autumn mini samplers. I don't know which ones I still have in full stock, but I know those have been popular. Summer Garden is super sweet. And with my needle, I got those back in stock, plus a couple different designs. So go check out 1884 Stitchery. Cruise around. I have fabric on there as well. All kinds of goodies. And follow me on Facebook at 1884 Stitchery, where I post pictures of when I am putting up new inventory. And then you can also follow me on Instagram at 1884 Stitchery. Thank you guys so much for always watching, the comments, the love, the sharing. I appreciate it so, so much. And until next time, bye guys.